Okay, hello my darlings. It's Michaela, folks, with Strut Now on Facebook, and at Strut Now on Twitter. So, we're causing an alarm out here. What I'm wanting to talk with you about today is fiber and the difference between two types of fiber. So, when I first started talking about eating foods that are higher in fiber, it was brought to my attention that there's some confusion around that. Does that mean fruit? Does that mean vegetables? What are we talking about? Well, two types of fiber: soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber has a little bit of bulk in it. One health benefit to soluble fiber is that it helps absorb toxins in the large intestine. Soluble fiber tends to be found in fruit, in many vegetables, and it does not necessarily create the same effect as insoluble fiber, which is where I'm really wanting to push you to turn towards, okay? Insoluble fiber is more fibrous. It has more bulk. It takes a lot longer to break down. This is the real guy that slows things, that clears out the large intestine, but that helps you to feel satisfied with less calories, okay? Less food, ultimately. So insoluble fiber is in some vegetables, things that are more fibrous. So kale or broccoli rabi, less so things like tomatoes or eggplant. So basically foods that are a little bit tougher, but insoluble fiber is found prolifically in whole grains, in grains that are in a more natural state or a less processed state. And there's another video where we talked about some options within that. So at any rate, some ingredient labels actually give you the breakdown of fiber. They'll tell you how much. Typically, they tell you how much fiber is in something, and they tell you how much insoluble fiber there is within that, because there has become this growing awareness around the fact that insoluble fiber is really awesome, okay? So, additionally, I will say this. When you are eating more insoluble fiber, the body requires more water to process that. So I would heartily encourage you to up your water intake. We'll do a whole nother segment on why water is the elixir of life, and how it can help you with your fat loss goals. But if you are eating more insoluble fiber, more water is a must. Plus it's better for you overall. But so at any rate, that's where to look for these sources of fiber. Okay, so I hope that demystifies things a little bit. Additionally, I'll say this just before I say goodbye. Be careful about fruit, okay? Fruit, sometimes people, it's easy to want to just to have something to kind of latch onto and trust. And I would turn your attention to grains and beans and vegetables to heavily rely on, to trust in fully, versus fruit, okay? Fruit is fabulous. Fruit is nutritionally sound for the body, but fruit can also be an easy source of calories. Fruit, because it does not have as much insoluble fiber, can make you feel full temporarily and then just kind of rocket through your system. So, it's sweet, right? That probably means it has more glucose in it. Additionally, it's not buffered quite as well as some other things. So I would encourage you to have some. Maybe just don't think it's this panacea of produce, okay? And have it with things, and have it with things that have more fiber. Fancy that. All right, so thank you, and I hope this is useful. And as always, reach out if there are any questions or additional things needed, okay? So thank you, and until next time.